Math 1, Unit 5, Connecting Algebra and Geometry. Math is how we describe our world. When words are not enough, everyone deserves to speak math, and to play math, to enjoy its beauty and its power. Jeff White. As you start this unit, use this quote to help you reflect on what it means to study mathematics. The big ideas for this unit include using coordinates to find the length and midpoint of line segments and the slopes of lines. You will use the slopes of lines to determine if two lines are parallel or perpendicular to each other, and to write equations of lines that are parallel or perpendicular to a given line. You'll be using the lengths and slopes of segments to algebraically determine the type of triangle or quadrilateral that a set of points creates. Key mathematical tools that we'll use in this unit include the distance formula, the Pythagorean theorem, the midpoint formula, the slope formula, slope-intercept and point-slope forms of a linear equation, and the coordinate plane. The first lesson of this unit, you'll use what you know about the Pythagorean theorem to develop and then use the distance formula. The distance formula is used to find the distance between 2 points, or length of a line segment. In the next lesson, you will apply what you intuitively know about finding the middle value between two numbers to develop and then use the midpoint formula. In this lesson, you will not only practice finding the midpoint between two endpoints of a line segment, but you will find the endpoint of a line segment when you are given one endpoint and the midpoint of the segment. In the next two lessons, you will explore the slopes of parallel and perpendicular lines, and then use the relationship between slopes of parallel and perpendicular lines to write equations of lines that pass through a specific point. You will use the slope formula to calculate slopes of lines, and the point-slope form and slope-intercept forms of a linear equation to write equations of lines. The unit wraps up with using both slopes and lengths of segments for students to determine the type of polygon that a set of points creates. For example, if all of the sides of a quadrilateral are the same length, then the quadrilateral is a rhombus. If two sides of a triangle are the same length and perpendicular to each other, then the triangle is a right isosceles triangle. If a quadrilateral has adjacent perpendicular sides, then it's a rectangle. Here is a list of key vocabulary terms for this unit. Some of these vocabulary terms should already be familiar to you from previous courses. Here are some key skills needed to be successful with the content in this unit. You should be able to use the Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the hypotenuse of a triangle, calculate the slope between 2 points, and write an equation of a line when given 2 points or a slope and a point. In addition to your teacher and school-based resources, there are several additional resources available. The Ready, Set, Go homework help videos are housed in the Canvas site for your class. You can access these in Canvas using your student login. If you do not know how to log into Canvas, ask your teacher for help. The K-12 Math Resources website, which can be found on your school's website, includes additional support items such as unit and lesson overviews, videos overviewing the tasks, essential vocabulary, and the North Carolina standards for each unit, learning targets for each lesson, and extra practice problems.